We have liftoff. Let me just make sure we are live. Are we live? Bring that closer. All right. Perfect. All right, guys, welcome back. It's Ball Knowledge. You already know what it is. Yeah, this is Zozamili, and there is only one place to start. So, Liverpool, Man City today. A very interesting game. I woke up early, made my coffee, got cozy, ready to watch this game. And wouldn't you believe it, 20 minutes in, I started thinking to myself, I really miss Jurgen Klopp. I miss Klopp because lose, win, draw, you knew there was going to be a fight when Jurgen Klopp's team came on the scene. By any means necessary, there was always going to be a fight. With this Arne Slot team, I don't see the fight. I don't see the aggression. I don't see people taking the game by the scruff of the neck and pressing every ball and just making sure that not on my watch are we going to lose this game. I don't see that. And interestingly, every now and then you see it from one or two players, but the person I haven't seen it from the most are the people I expect to see it from, like Salah, like Virgil, like Konate. Even if I give Virgil and Konate a pass and say, okay, you know what? If I give Virgil and Salah, a pass and say, you guys have been good enough and so incredible for so long that you can afford to have an off season. What is Konate's excuse? You haven't won anything. What is your excuse? What is Florian's excuse? What is your excuse? A terrible showing today. It was so bad. Like, by the time 10 minutes into the second half, I already knew this was not a game I wanted to pay attention to. And that sucks. Because during the Jurgen era, you had to stay glued into your television for Manchester City versus Liverpool. Just because they played high octane, throw caution to the wind type of football. It doesn't matter if they met in the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I think at this point we all know what's going to happen. And or what should happen. Arne Slot has to go. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Tucker, love Sultan Squad. Shout out to you, Turkat B4T. I think that's what it is. Shout out to you. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream and to the channel. Help us grow. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe and like. Thank you. Now, watching this game, certain things were clear. Arne Slot has to go, yes. Mo Salah has already said he's going to go. But Virgil's time as the best centre-back in the world is over. His time as the best centre-back in the world is over. Now, we have to talk about other people. Because the mistakes, there's so many rookie mistakes he's making. Rookie mistakes. The penalty, let's even assume that you could get away with that penalty. How about the organizing of that back? Making sure everyone is where they should be. This is not the Virgil I used to know. It absolutely is not. And what a way to start the day. Such a bad game. Liverpool was sitting back. It was like watching Man City versus MK Dons. Or even if we want to bring it to the Premier League, because Man City can do this to anybody, it was like watching Man City versus a team in the relegation zone. They sat back, and it was like they were just waiting for it to happen. This is not... See, earlier in the season, Roy Keane said Liverpool are the worst champions ever. Worst defending champions. And obviously I thought that was harsh, because I'm like, okay, you're a Man U fan. What are you going to say? Of course you have to go at Liverpool. But this guy's not lying. This guy is not lying. Liverpool are the worst champions ever. The worst defending champions ever. They suck right now. And to make matters worse, it is obvious that they have stopped believing in Arne Slot, because I don't even see what he is doing. What exactly is Arne doing? Total shots 11-11, fine. Shots on target 7 to Man City, 5 to Liverpool, fine. Big chances created 4-2. Possession 51% to Liverpool, so Liverpool even had more possession. But watching that game, the eye test, there was no point in time where you thought, okay, something is different is about to happen. And as if that is not bad enough, you have PSG on the weekend. Now, if you guys don't know about PSG, shout out to my guy Egnemo de Minero. Wow, that's an interesting name. Shout out to you. Please like and subscribe to the thing. Now, as if that was not bad enough, Liverpool have to face PSG in the Champions League next. So, it just goes from bad to worse, from frying pan to fire. And if you don't know anything about PSG, let me quickly tell you something about PSG now. PSG is like Thanos. 3 moves they made. It was like Thanos getting his last 3 rings. Sacking and firing and not renewing your Neymars and your Messis and letting Mbappe go. Making Luis Enrique the coach of that team and giving Dembele the keys to the castle. In those 3 moves alone, you guaranteed yourself a Champions League, which you've been looking for so long. So right now, the confidence, arrogance, ego, swagger that PSG play, they play with it because it's like Thanos with his last 3 rings. They just see themselves as unbeatable, especially now that they can tell people in their leagues, okay, let's postpone this game so we can be fully fit and fresh for the next game. And now Liverpool want to take this form, this disastrous form, into the PSG tie. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Liverpool fan out there, just start praying. Start talking to God, because this is about to get ugly. It is about to get nasty. Nasty in every way, shape, and form. Because there is no one player on that squad that I can see aside from Szoboszlai. Everybody else sucks. Everybody else sucks. This is not the Liverpool I know. I won't even lie, man. This is not the Liverpool I know. But every now and then you get through to a team and you see a coach. With what he did last year, it's obvious that what he did last year is why he still has a job. Because Liverpool owners are probably looking and thinking to themselves, how on earth are we going to fire the guy who just won us the league? He has to go. He has to go. They don't believe, they don't give. Shout out to you. Bro, Salah is 1000% leaving. He has already said it, he's leaving. And with the Salah thing, I think it is a little bit more psychological because there were a string of things that happened. When Salah was winning his last award last year, I think it was the Player of the Year, and somebody asked him, and they told him, oh, you guys have signed 1 or 2 new players. This might be the best Liverpool team you've ever played in. Remember what Salah said? You can't disrespect those players that I already won with. You can't call these new players the best. The season just, you know what I'm saying? We have to let these players get into the role of things. And then you look at the Jota situation again. That is enough. That is enough. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for subbing. That is enough to break somebody down. So I'm telling you right now, Salah can't just fall off a cliff. This has to do with, confidence and the psychology when you lose somebody who was really, really dear to you. But that being said, Liverpool are in a very, very bad place right now. They're in a sad spot right now. And it only gets worse. It only gets worse. Because PSG, they don't have Messi. They don't have, what's it called? When somebody feels for you. They don't have empathy. They are deadly right now. They want everything. They feel like with Luis Enrique in charge. Luis Enrique, look. Guys like Pep, Luis Enrique, they think like Michael Jordan. Like they want it all. They want it all. If Luis Enrique is PSG's coach for the next 5 years, best believe they will be a talking point in the next 5 Champions Leagues. Because that's just the kind of manager he is. He is a serial winner, addicted to winning. Addicted to winning. But also, Arne Slot knows that this PSG tie is your last possible chance at keeping this job. This is your last possible chance at keeping this particular job. Because I'm telling you, once they lose to PSG, that guy is gone. They may let him end the season and let Xabi come and start afresh with the preseason and everything, but once they lose in the Champions League, he's gone. And he's talking like it too, because Arne Slot is, he keeps saying, look, those 2 games we played against PSG last year were incredible. Those were our best games, and we lost by the skin of our, just tiny. We should have won those games. Do we believe him? That's to be seen. That's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. But this is his last chance to keep his job. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Arne Slot will be there next year? That's the main question. Beginning next year, will Arne Slot be Liverpool's head coach? That's where we have to start from, because this is not looking good at all. Now, Man City can do this to anybody, and Liverpool's form has not been the best. So if you hear anybody say they didn't see, oh, this is shocking, it is not extremely shocking. It's kind of shocking. It's not extremely shocking. What is shocking, or what was shocking today, was Arsenal versus Southampton. Now, with the number of injuries Arsenal has, I was already telling people that, yes, this could be a decoy. This could be, smart move, telling guys to pull out from international break so that they can be fit and ready for the last run-in of the season. It didn't work, if that's what you guys did. It did not work. Arsenal lose to Southampton. They were talking about a quadruple 2 weeks ago. Now, if you had told Arsenal fans at the beginning of the season that you will win the league and that's the only thing you win, they would have bitten your hand off for it. They would have taken it and kissed your feet. Now, They've lost they're out of the Carabao Cup and now they're out of this cup as well. You can focus on the league. But this speaks to deeper issues going on in Arsenal. There is something not right. You can't keep depending on set piece goals. The open play looks rigid. It looks nasty. There's friction in that open play. Interestingly, they've stumbled on a Max Dowman who could be a diamond in the rough. Because when you go through things like this, you always need one player who does not listen to tactics. He's too fresh. He's too new. He wants to beat men like Rio Ngumoa in Liverpool. And that's how I was wondering why they didn't even start that guy today. At least give the fans something different. Give the opposition defense something different to think about. And that's where Dowman comes in. But Dowman or no Dowman, Arsenal should never ever be losing to Southampton in any shape, way or form. Especially not while they are in a title charge. Southampton haven't lost in 14 games. I don't care. I don't care. Because when you are who you say you are, which is the league leaders, going for your first league title in how many years, you need to spank babies like spank babies like Southampton. Because they are your baby. They should be your baby based on the, general, especially where you are going, where you see yourself going. So this was bad. This was bad. It could be the wake-up call they need. And you know what's interesting? In isolation, it shouldn't even be a bad game. The problem is when you just lost to Manchester City and now back-to-back, you're losing again. That's where the problem lies. And you already have a full list of injuries. A couple of weeks ago, some people were saying, oh, Martin Odegaard is the key. They were telling me that Martin Odegaard is the key to the way Arsenal plays. Once Odegaard comes back and he puts it back, buddy. Odegaard played today, nothing. Nothing to write home about. Now, Arsenal still have a chance to lose the league. And this is how it starts. By slipping. By losing games you shouldn't be losing. But this could also be the wake-up call they need, because this could bring the squad together and say, look, we've lost to Man City, one of the best teams in the world, and now we've lost to Southampton, a team that's not even in our league. Let us steady the ship and go back to what was working. I've been preaching since the season started. You have such a good defense, Arteta. Believe in your defense. Let the expressive players express themselves. Try to outscore the opponent, because you know for a fact that Saliba and Gabriel are two of the best defenders in Europe this whole season. But no, the whole squad is thinking defense. Let's not lose points. And now it's affecting them in their biggest games. There's still a lot to play for. The season is still long. Arsenal could still bounce back. I think they will bounce back because, Arteta is still coming from a coaching tree of somebody who has won over and over and over again. So he will have one or two things to tell them. But it's interesting that all these things are happening now. And earlier, Arteta's mode of motivating his players was squeezing the juice, the light bulb, dog named Win, all those gimmicks that don't work. You need to let these players understand that it is life or death. Every game now is a final, especially in the Premier League. With the injuries, if those injuries are legit, then you definitely have to save yourself and your players for the Premier League. More than prioritize that, because you're already ahead. You already have a good runway. All you need to do is put your head down. The history is still going against you. Pep has never lost back-to-back league titles. The history is going against you. But what can you do? What can you do? Can Arteta save this situation? It's yet to see. Now, the crux of the matter, one of the most important games today, for me anyways, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. A lot of you must have seen that game and seen the struggle that Barcelona had to go through just to win versus Atletico Madrid. Now, even though we won that game, there were certain things that showed up. For instance, Araujo is back hurt, Koundé is back. Bernal is hurt, Gavi is back. We can't keep moving like this. We need a full fit squad so men can rotate, and like this injury issues are getting too much. Number 2, Ferran may be faster, 16 goals on the season, pacier, younger, but you can't buy Lewandowski's finishing in the market. You can't. You know, he didn't even mean to hit the ball, but he was in the right place at the right time. That's what a striker does. The positioning, just the smell. He smells where the goal is going to come from. And that's big. That is big. Because give me one striker and just tell me one striker that is an elite striker who doesn't smell the goal. It's not all about how you hit the ball. It's about where you are when the goal is about to happen. Also, Rashford stepped up big today. I said it in the video I made when Rafinha got injured that Rashford, we need you. We need you more than ever. This is your time to step up and fill in the void left by Rafinha. And trust me, Rashford stepped up today. All the places in his game where you can find holes, he covered those holes and he was immense. And he needs his flowers, but he needs to do it more consistently, because knowing how smart a coach like Simeone is, today it was just a decoy. When we play them in the Champions League, there's certain things they have not pulled out of the satchel that they are going to pull out. Lookman didn't even start the game today. So you know there's a lot of mind games because we're facing them 3 times in 10 days. One good thing though, beating them today has given us the cushion to rest guys before we face them in the second leg of the Champions League, no matter what happens in that first leg. If you guys can get your job done early, fine. If you can't, at least you've done your job today, so now we can rest guys before the second leg, because it will be a war of attrition either way, because Simeone does not sleep. That guy's been wearing that same black suit, black tie, black shirt since it's been like 10 years now. The ninja way, stoic, evil. So Barcelona players, today was incredible because you stuck to it, but we need you again in another couple of days. Of course, Lamine, tantrum throwing Lamine today, I don't understand it. And kid is young. I hope we don't have another Neymar on our hands in the sense of leaving us for PSG, in the sense of ego and pride. But you know, these are youthful exuberance things that will happen. These things will happen and they will sort themselves out. Guys, this is Ball Knowledge. I am Zozo Millie. Everyone who was in the chat today, thank you. Please subscribe and like the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.